Yo, what's going on out there, YouTube family? This is Sam Levinson here representing Team JVS. I'm rolling up my sleeves because I'm about to talk about these two specials. I told you guys, this is a Euphoria day, and all this is going to lead up to tomorrow morning when you guys are going to see our non-spoiler review for Season 2, Episode 1 of Euphoria. I've binged the whole entire first season. It started with me watching the first episode of the second season, then going back and watching all of the first season, and now I couldn't not, watch these two episodes, even though they're very lengthy, they're very specific, but I feel as though, personally, that they are very essential. And this is the thing that I'm going to say this, because I didn't realize that the show ended, the last episode of the first season ended, I think, somewhere around August of 2019, and then it wasn't until December of 2020, like close to a year, a little bit more later, that you get Trouble Don't Last Always, which is the Rue and the Algee episode, which I'll talk about it in a second. Then you wait until January of 2021 for F Anyone That's Not a Sea Blob, which is the Jules episode. So I think that this is the thing I'm going to say. Because I just finished watching those episodes and then watched these, it was an easy progression. Like, matter of fact, I got a lot out of things with Jules, which a lot of people have left me with like this impression that only the episode with, Coleman and Zendaya was the better episode. But there are things about the episode for Jules that Hunter's character really unraveled in a really good way for me. And I think that because I just watched it, like, I can piece together all those plots versus you waiting a whole year to see a progression of where it left off to just get a progression of where the characters are, And I think that that may be the fault of the situation because of the pandemic and because, everything that happened. That's the reason why it was probably hard to adjust. But for me, if you're just watching this show and then you're immediately watching these two, these like are a great little payoff for things that you wanted to unravel about these characters. Because in all honesty, as much as Euphoria is very pinpointed on Jules, Rue, there's characters like Nate, there's characters like Lexi, there's characters like Cassie that get a lot of screen time. And you get raw specific things about Rue and Jules, but these episodes really focus on them from an autobiographical standpoint, like who they really are. And just first up, like the Trouble Don't Last Always. First of all, oh my God, Zendaya and Coleman killed it. If you look at the movie Malcolm and Marie, this was the precursor for what Malcolm and Marie was, because literally just in the diary the whole entire time. Yes, there's a moment where, Ali goes outside and starts talking to his daughters or whatever, or talk to one of his daughters anyway. And, but the whole entire time, the whole hour is literally just them having a focused conversation about the merits of addiction, family, loss, correction, hope, faith, and just pulling those dissections apart. I personally love Malcolm and Marie because of those same exact reasons. Like, they go into a lot of things, but this is so focused, on a specific thing, which is really ultimately, when you really break it all down, the impression to me was that Ali has a understanding that he's going to push to try to survive. And Rue is stuck and feeling as though she's obligated to, but she doesn't want to. And the drugs help her to enable herself to try not to, but she can't do it sober. And so it's this counterbalance. And we've already knew that, Jules went in and of herself for, Rue and a drug, in a sense, because of the love that they have. And like the dissections of that on an emotional level, like a lot of the conversations, so deep, so specific, so raw. Like, they just killed it. Off of this episode alone, honestly could have merited a nomination for Coleman Domingo. Like, I think that he is amazing. I hope we get a lot more of him in the second season. I don't know. I'm not going to talk about anything that I have seen in the first episode, but I hope we get more of him, because there are things about their relationship that are so pivotal to where Rue is gonna go or she can't go. And I think that this episode set the foundation to everything that's gonna happen. Whether it happens or not, or whether it could have happened, the conversations were literally baked in this specific episode. I think that the camera placing, a long takes, allowing it to be able to just focus in on his face, focus in on her face, the back and forth side angle shots where it shows her uncomfortability and her non-belief on certain aspects of things, his uncomfortability on certain things, like they were playing off each other so well that this felt like, yo, you could go in somebody's dining, like you sitting there just watching from the side at a bar, like, whoa, what is going on with this conversation? And it just continues to go and go and go. And that's one of the things, the raw side of that is what I loved, honestly, about Malcolm and Marie. Some people did not, but I felt like it was very impressive because it goes beyond just, reading a long, intricate script or, monologuing or, improvising. Like, they owned these characters. And that's the thing that's the huge raw asset, because everything about that what they're saying on both sides is very vital and important to them from their humanity standpoint. But there are things that she doesn't know yet because she is technically still 17 or 16. But yeah, that's that episode. If I had to rate that episode 10 out of 10, that episode was freaking amazing. Now, if anyone who's not a C blob, what did I think about this episode? So this is the thing about this episode. This episode for me allowed me to get all the filled-in gaps that did not make sense or resonate to me when it came to Jules. I said that Hunter, in the way that she acts as Jules, is amazing. Like, she is killing it, in the first season. But I didn't like her character because I was like, how and why would you put Rue in this situation when you're also putting her to a higher standard to stay sober, And with this episode, like, you unravel everything. Your mom dealing with addiction. What does that mean for your relationship with Rue? How do you really feel about it? You're going through transition, but you've never been with an actual girl. What does that really do for you? And this is the thing. These are the things that I'm thinking about while I'm watching it. I was kind of like, you know what? Maybe she's uncomfortable because this might be the first girl, like, legit kissed her, let alone anything. And she brings this up in open conversation with the therapist, Both episodes start off with this weird, dream, I guess it was, of them actually being there. But even them being there together in the city put Rue in detriment as well as it did Jules, which was very fascinating to see the negative side and the beautiful side of both sides of that. But again, just those two things alone, like, and even when, like, there's certain moments where, like, Jules was at the party getting drunk, I was like, okay, wait, hold on. I know what Nate did, and I know this is messed up, but you could tell Rue, or you could be like, no, we don't need to go to the party. Like, and she just decided to hold in what happened with her mom, and that projected over to Rue, and Rue felt all those raw emotions. And then this is the funny thing. The conversation that Rue was about to have with Ali literally is springboarded off of this too. And so they play off each other. Like, both of these individual characters need each other and really should not be around each other. And it's so tragic but beautiful all the same. Like, it's the perfect Romeo and Juliet situation, because honestly, like, their love isn't off of some, like, raw, like, random thing. Like, no, it really is an impression. Now, with this episode, they went into some certain links of certain things that Jules did, things that she wanted, like her impressions of Tyler / Nate. It didn't address her being in love with the other girl. I felt like that was the only real fault in it, because I was like, I didn't have justification for what Jules was saying to Rue, like, yo, yeah, I'm in love with this girl, but I'm also in love with you. Like, wait, hold on, what? And then it technically contradicts that she'd never been that up close with the girl, and she all up and close with this other girl. And so that's the only inconsistent thing. But as a character, Jules now feels more well-rounded than she ever has because of this episode. So I can't fault the episode. I'd rest it at a 9 out of 10 or 8.5 out of 10. It's not a bad episode. I think it's very vital and important for Jules as a character. And also, like, the understanding of her relationship with her dad and her mom. Like, it's, because I was like, well, Cass, like, all these kids, man, their parents, I think the only character, unless they pull the rug underneath my legs and Rue's, like, dad has some kind of thing. Like, every other parents outside of Rue, we're literally dealing with some kind of addiction. And it's literally very fascinating. Well, I take that back. You know what? Kat's mom, I don't think was dealing with an addiction. I don't think. Or, I don't know anything about her dad. But everybody else, like, it was something. You know what I'm saying? So it's just really fascinating to see where this is going to go. And I apologize, I got my beanie on. My head's kind of jacked up. But I wanted to give you guys my full, concise review for these two specials that I felt like were worth reviewing and talking on. So again, the first one, which is Trouble Don't Last Always, I give that a 10 out of 10. And F anybody that who's not a C-blob, I give that a 9 or 8.5 out of 10. Let me know what you think. Hopefully you guys are already ready for our review that's coming out again at around 11 a.m. on Sunday. And then again, that night, Sunday night, we will be going and doing our full discussion. It's going to be a panel. It's going to be dope. I hope you guys come. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit that bell button. If you don't hit the bell button, you ain't going to be ready for when it comes. Okay, guys? Peace, everybody. Love you guys.